Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to solve day 12 problem of this month on LeetCode. Before starting, if you guys haven't subscribed my YouTube channel yet, then please go ahead and subscribe it. Now without any delay, let's get started with today's problem. Problem number 2116. Check if a parenthesis string can be valid. Let's read the problem statement first. A parenthesis string is a non-empty string consisting only of open bracket and close bracket. It is valid if any of the following conditions is true. Okay, if it is like this, open bracket and close bracket, okay, then it is valid. All right, it can be written as AB. Okay, A concatenated with B, where A and B are valid parenthesis strings. Okay, so let's suppose my A is like this, okay, and my B is like this. Okay, both are valid, right? So if I concatenate both of them, then still this complete string is valid, right? This complete parenthesis string is valid, right? Because they are equal and close brackets, right? Open close, so cancel out. Open open close close, so all are cancel out each other, right? So that's the meaning of this line. It can be written as A, where A is a valid parenthesis string. Okay, so if my A is like this, and if I just add this bracket, okay, open bracket here, close bracket, then still it is valid, right? So these are 3 points, okay, for a string to be valid. All right, you are given a parenthesis string S and a string locked, both of length n. Locked is a binary string consisting only of zeros and ones for each index I of locked. If locked of I is 1, okay, then you cannot change S of I. Okay, but if locked of I is 0, then you can change S of I to either open bracket or close bracket. And we have to return true if you can make S a valid parenthesis string, otherwise return false. Okay, so I hope that you guys are clear with this problem statement. Okay, now let's move to the example number 1. Okay, and then I have some other examples, okay, some other test cases. Okay, so we will go over all these test cases as well, and we will validate that this output is true or false. Okay, we will check that. Okay, so here first let's see this problem example. Okay, the example that is given in this problem. So we have this string as given to us, right? And we have locked. Okay, so here both this string, okay, and this locked string having the same length, right? So here if you see okay, so you can see here now, this is my string. Okay, close bracket, open bracket, close bracket, close bracket, close bracket. Okay, and this is my locked string. Okay, 0 1 0 1 0 0. Okay, so now here we have this 0. Okay, we have 0, that means it is unlocked. Okay, 0 means unlocked, and if it is 0, okay, unlocked, that simply means that we can change this to open bracket or close bracket, whatever we want. Okay, so that our string becomes valid parenthesis string, right? So that's the meaning of this. Okay, 1 means locked, so we can't change this. This is fixed. Okay, 1, that simply means that this is fixed. Okay, and here indexes are given to us. Okay, so now see here, here if you see this, okay, and this, if you see, both are going to cancel out each other, right? Both are going to cancel out each other. Okay, then we are left with this. Okay, this, 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 and this. Okay, so now out of these four, this one and this one are fixed. Okay, here this one is fixed, right? This one is fixed, this one open bracket. Okay, so now, but I can change this one to open bracket. Okay, this close bracket is fixed, I can change it to open bracket. Okay, so I have changed it here, so both are going to cancel out each other, and they have already cancelled out each other. And here also this is at index 4, and at index 4 we have 0, so we can simply change this close to open, right? And then they are going to balance it out each other, right? So locd of 1 is 1. Okay, this is 1, and locd of 3 is 1. Okay, so we can't change s of 1 or s of 3, right? We change s of 0, okay, this, and s of 4 to open bracket by leaving s2 and s5 unchanged to make string s valid. Okay, so in if this is possible, right? So how we usually solve this parenthesis problem? Okay, mostly so using stack now. So let's suppose this is my stack. Okay, so here initially this is my string, right? So here if you pass this, okay, initially let's say this is the final string. Okay, this is the final string. Okay, so here at first position what we have open bracket. Okay, so here let me put just open bracket first. Okay, then we have close bracket. Okay, so here open and here close, so they are going to cancel out each other now. They are going to cancel out each other. Then I'm going to put this open bracket and then this close bracket, and they are going to cancel out each other. Okay, then I'm going to put this open bracket and then the next close bracket, and they're going to cancel out each other. Okay, so in the end my stack is empty now. So this is how we usually check whether our parenthesis string is valid or not. Okay, we have so many problems related to this parenthesis string in the past as well. Okay, so using stack we can solve this problem, right? So here also I'm going to simply implement this stack only. Okay, so now how I'm going to do this? Okay, so here I'm going to I have two options right here. If this is unlocked, okay, if this is unlocked, then I have options now whether I want my character at this particular index, okay, character at this particular index to be open bracket or close bracket. Okay, this is the option that I have, right? So now how I'm going to check? Okay, so I'm going to create two stacks. Okay, now one stack, okay, let's name it as open bracket, because open brackets, okay, open brackets stack. And here I mean to say open bracket stack means to say that if this is fixed, okay, if let's suppose this one, okay, one means fixed. Okay, so if there is open bracket, then I'm just going to simply add that. Okay, and here this is unlocked. Okay, unlocked stack. So in unlocked stack what I'm going to add, I'm going to add the indexes which are unlocked. Okay, which are unlocked, because later on I can use these unlocked indexes to balance out my string, right? Balance out my parentheses string. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, so initially this is my string now, right? So here if I just write my string, okay, here this is my string. Okay, so now see carefully what I'm going to do here, and let me just give the indexing here: 0 1 2 3 4 and 5. Okay, and here what are the fixed ones? Fixed one are a 1 and 3 index. Okay, so 1, this is fixed and this is fixed. Okay, so now I'm going to iterate from this point. Okay, from starting from here. All right, so initially here what I'm going to check, if this is locked or unlocked. Okay, so here it is unlocked, right? This, if you see at this particular position we have 0 now. At this particular position we have 0. Okay, 0 means unlocked, so these two are only locked ones, right? So this is unlocked. So if it is unlocked, then don't check whether it is open bracket or close bracket. Simply add this index here in unlocked. 0 index is unlocked. I'm saying 0 index is unlocked because later on I can use this 0 index to validate. Okay, so here later on let's suppose I encounter close bracket, then I will treat this as open bracket, right? Right, so here if this is unlocked, then just add the index in the unlocked stack. Okay, so this is done. I have added 0 here. All right, so now this is done. Okay, now after that I move to the next index. Okay, so I move to index 1. Okay, so this index 1 here, it is locked. Okay, if it is locked, then check next condition. Okay, first I'm checking if it is locked or not. If it is unlocked, just add that index here. Okay, now if it is locked, okay, so in case of locked, so what we are going to check, we are going to check if it is open bracket or close bracket. Okay, so now if you see here, it is not open bracket. Okay, so if it is open bracket, I'm just going to simply add that here. Okay, if it is open bracket, I'm simply going to add that index here. But right now this index 1 is not open bracket. Okay, so but this index 1 is nothing but close bracket. Okay, so now in case of close bracket, first but I'm going to check if I can balance it out with open brackets or not, existing open brackets, because we have now close bracket now. at index 1 we have close bracket. So in the past we have two stacks. Okay, one is open bracket stack and one is unlocked stack. Okay, so first I'm going to check in my open bracket stack. So in my open bracket stack I will see if this is not empty. So right now this is empty now, but if this is not empty, then I am just going to simply pop the open bracket from here. Okay, because that open bracket could be used for the balancing out of this close bracket, right? But right now my open bracket is not is empty, right? So what I'm going to check here, I'm going to check the unlocked stack. Okay, and now in my unlocked stack is not empty, right? All right, my unlocked stack is not empty. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to balance out this index 1 with this 0. Okay, because this 0 I can treat it as open bracket or close bracket. Okay, I have these options, and in index 1 we have close bracket, right? So now I'm going to treat this 0 as open bracket. Okay, so that they can balance out each other. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to just simply remove this 0, okay, from my unlocked. Okay, so here I have just removed it. Okay, done. All right, now I move to index 2. Okay, this index. So let me just remove this. All right, so now I'm at index 2. So now I'm going to check whether my index 2 is locked or unlocked. 2 is unlocked, right? It is not locked, 0, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add this 2 here. Okay, and now I have options. I can treat this as open bracket or close bracket. Okay, depending on how I'm going to fix my this string. Okay, so that I can get a valid basis string. Okay, so right now I have just added this 2 here. Okay, in my unlocked stack. All right, so now this is done. Now let's move to the 3. Okay, index 3. Okay, index 3 is locked or not? It is locked. If index 3 is locked, okay, so now check at index 3 whether it is open bracket or close bracket. If it is open bracket, then just add that index here. Okay, but it is close bracket. So now if it is close bracket, then check whether there is any existing open bracket here, open bracket index here. So no, this is empty right now. Then check this unlocked. Okay, so now with the 2 I'm going to balance out 3. Okay, I can treat this 2 as open bracket, and at 3 we have close bracket, so I can balance it out. Okay, so I'm going to remove this. Okay, so until here everything is balanced out, right? Now I'm going to move to index 4. At index 4, check it is locked or not. Unlocked, so I'm going to add 4 here. Okay, all right, then next move to this 5. Okay, now check 5 is locked or unlocked. Okay, so right now if you see carefully, 5 is also unlocked like 4 is also unlocked, and 5 is also unlocked. Okay, then I'm going to add this 5 here. Okay, and now my loop ends. In the end you see that my open bracket is empty, and in unlocked we have two values, right? 4 and 5. Okay, but my open bracket is empty, right? So this 4 and 5 I can balance out each other, right? If I use this 4 as open bracket and this 5 as close bracket, I can simply balance it out. But here important point is my open bracket is complete empty, right? So I'm going to simply return true. Okay, and okay, so here one more question arises. Let's suppose here only 1 is left, only 5 is left. Then what? My open bracket is empty, but here just 5 is there, let's say. Okay, then we have to return false. Why? Because here we can't balance out this complete with just open or close. Okay, we need one open and one close to balance it out, right? With just 5 left, so we can't balance it out, right? So here one important thing arises. Okay, one important thing, that if the length of my string is odd, okay, if the length of my string is odd, then we can never balance it out. Okay, so here first this, then one more open bracket. Okay, then there is one more close bracket. Okay, so both are going to cancel out each other. So in the end I'm just left with just a single open bracket. Okay, so here we are just going to add one base condition initially. If the length of string is odd, simply return false. Okay, because it can't be valid. Okay, if the length is odd. All right, so this is important point. Okay, one important point clear. Okay, now let's see some other examples. Okay, so here if you see, this is my string s. Okay, so they are going to balance it out each other, they are going to balance out each other, and they are going to balance out each other. Okay, so we are going to return true. Okay, so now if you want to make a diagram, okay, so here let's say this is my uh, let's say open brackets. Okay, I'm going to write ob open brackets, and this stack is name it as unlocked. Okay, unlocked indexes. Okay, so here all are locked now, all are locked. Okay, so open bracket first, uh, first add this, am at this particular index. Okay, so here let me drop right like this. Okay, this and this 0 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so what is the first thing that I'm doing, I was checking whether this index is locked or not locked. So here it is locked. Okay, if it is locked, then after that I'm checking it is a open bracket or close bracket. So it is open bracket, so if it is open bracket, just add that. Okay, then move to next character. It is locked or not locked, it is not, it is locked. If it is locked, okay, so just check if it is open bracket or close bracket. If it is open bracket, just add this here, open bracket. Okay, so here we are not going to add this open bracket, actually we are just going to add the indexes. Okay, so here let's add 0, and here let's add 1. Okay, 0 and 1 I have added. All right. Okay, so now after that, now we move to this index 2. It is locked. If it is locked, then check it is a close bracket or open bracket. It is a open bracket. If it is open bracket, add that index here. But now it is a close bracket. Okay, so now if it is a close bracket, then first we are going to check if my this open bracket stack is not empty. Okay, so if it is not empty, then this one topmost element is going to balance out this. Okay, this two. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply write open brackets dot pop. Okay, so this will be removed, this will be removed here. Okay, so these two are going to balance it out each other. Okay, now after that, again one open bracket, add index 3. I'm going to add 3 here. Okay, it is locked or not locked, it is locked. Then it is open bracket, then I'm going to add that. Okay, then we move to 4. It is locked. If it is locked, check if it is open bracket. If it is open bracket, add that index here. Okay, but it is a close bracket. So if it is a close bracket, then check my open bracket stack is empty or not. So it is not empty, so this 3 is going to balance out to this 4. So I'm going to remove this 3 from here. Okay, done. Then 5 here, 5 is locked or not locked, 5 is locked. So now I'm going to check if it is open bracket. If it is open bracket, I'm going to add 5 here, but it is not open bracket, it is close bracket. So here I'm going to check if my open bracket stack is empty or not empty. It is not empty, so this 0 is going to balance out this 5. That's it. Okay, done. So in the end, my open bracket stack is completely empty. Okay, so I'm going to return true. Okay, I hope that you guys are clear with this example. This is already clear, right? If the length is out, simply return false. Okay, one base condition. All right. Okay, now here test case 3, valid with unlocked parenthesis. Okay, so what is this example? Okay, this is different one. Okay, so now see this test case 3. Okay, so here let me write. Okay, all right, so this is index 0, index 1, index 2, index 3, index 4, index 5. Okay, and here locked ones are 0. Okay, so this one is locked, this one is locked, and this one is locked, and this one is locked. Okay, so 0 and 1 are locked. Okay, and 3 and 4 are locked. Okay, so now let's draw. Okay, same thing here, create two stacks. One is for open brackets. Okay, open brackets, and one is for unlocked indexes, unlocked. Okay, so now first we are at 0 index. So 0 is locked or not locked? 0 is locked. Okay, so we are not going to do anything here. Now if it is locked, all right, then I'm going to check if it is open bracket or close bracket. So now it is open bracket. First of all we are going to check if it is open bracket. So if it is open bracket, I'm going to add index 0 here. Okay, done. I have added index 0. All right, this is done. Now we move to index 1. Okay, so here we move to index 1, and we are going to check if index 1 is locked or not locked. So index 1 is locked. Okay, so now I'm going to check if 1 is open or close. So 1 is open. Okay, so here I'm going to add 1. All right, So in the open bracket stack I have added 0 and 1. Okay, now I move to index 2. Okay, so add index 2, right? So at index 2, first of all we are going to check if it is locked or not locked. So at index 2 it is unlocked. If it is unlocked, just add index 2 here, because this index 2, okay, character at s at index 2, I can treat this as open bracket or close bracket. It's my choice, right? So here I am going to add 2 in the unlocked stack. Done. Okay, all right, now this is done. Okay, 2 is done. Now we move to index 3. Okay, so index 3, what do we have? So index 3 we have uh, open bracket. Okay, it is locked. Okay, if it is locked, then check if it is open or closed. It is open, so here I'm going to add 3 here if it is open. Done. Now we reach at index 4. Okay, and index 4 is also locked. Okay, so index 4 is locked. So at 4 we have close bracket now. Okay, we have close bracket. So if it is not if it is open, then we were going to add 4, but it is a close bracket. So now if it is close bracket, then first of all I'm going to check this open bracket stack if my open bracket is not empty. Okay, so my right now my open bracket stack is not empty, right? So this 3 is going to balance out this 4. Okay, that's a simple meaning. So I'm going to remove this 3. Okay, I have removed this. All right, now I move to index 5. Index 5 is unlocked. Okay, it is unlocked, so I'm going to add 5. All right, so in the end this loop ends. Okay, in the end my open bracket stack is not empty right now, 0 and 1. Okay, and my unlocked stack is also not empty. Okay, so now this is important. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to match the remaining open brackets with the unlocked characters. Okay, so here I'm going to run one while loop while my open bracket is not empty. Okay, and my unlocked is not empty. Okay, so right now both are not empty, and my open brackets dot peak index, okay, it should always be less than, okay, this one. Okay, this index 1, it should be less than, okay, this value should be less than the unlock dot peak. Okay, unlock dot peak. So this condition is valid right now, right? Because here at 1 we have open bracket, okay, and here we have close bracket. So it's obvious na, that I want my close bracket to be after open bracket. Okay, somewhere here. Okay, if my open bracket here, it's not like I want my open bracket here and my close bracket here. Close bracket at 0 and it is 5. Okay, then simply return, we are going to return false. That then it's not possible, but right now it is possible. Okay, so open bracket at 1. Okay, and we have close bracket at 5. Okay, so this 5 I'm going to treat it as close, and open I'm going to treat this as open. Okay, so this, all right, and this are going to balance out each other. Okay, so 0, this 1 and 5 are going to balance out each other. I'm going to remove one element from top, both of them. Okay, so now here 0 and here we have 2, so 0 is less than 2, right? So now again at 0 we have open bracket, and at 2 we can treat this as open or close. So close we want to treat. Okay, so both are going to balance out each other, so in the end we are going to return true. That's it. Okay, and now simply going to return open bracket is dot empty. If it is empty, return true, otherwise false. Okay, that is done. Okay, so this is done. So this is valid with unlocked parenthesis. Okay, so we have seen 3 test cases right now: balanced and locked parenthesis. Okay, order length string, valid with unlocked parenthesis. Okay, now let's move to the test case for cannot match parenthesis. Okay, all right, so now if you see, they are going to balance out each other. Okay, they are going to balance out each other, and here this is not going to balance out. Okay, but here simply now if you see the length 1 2 3 4 5, length is odd, so you can simply return false. Okay, here on simply we are going to return false. Okay, cannot match parenthesis, so we can use this base condition now, so it is satisfied. Okay, so if length is odd, simply return false. All right, this is done. Okay, so this is done. So I think this test case is wrong. Okay, ignore this, it should be false only. It is not possible, so this is mistake. Okay, so here my string s is like this. Okay, if they are going to balance out each other, then definitely one will be left in the end. Okay, one will be left in the end, so it is wrong, it should be false. Okay, so here length is odd, so simply return false. Okay, this is wrongly written here, true. Okay, so this is done. And here first of all let's check length. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, now see here we have 8 length. Okay, so now 1 1 2 1 2 1 1 1. Okay, like this, and then we have indexing 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. All right, and what are the locked ones? So locked ones are this, okay, and this. These are locked ones. Okay, so now let's see, let's validate if it is false or a true. Okay, let's validate. Okay, and when I'm going to run the code, I will just show it to you. Okay, so I don't know why it's wrongly written here. Okay, so now here we are going to create two stacks. Okay, so one is open bracket. All right, and then when we have unlocked. Okay, so first of all we are at this particular position. Okay, so it is unlocked. Okay, if it is unlocked, then add simply index here 0. Okay, then next is 1. 1 is locked or unlocked, so it is locked. Okay, so if it is locked, then I'm going to check if it is open bracket or not. So right now it is open bracket, so if it is open bracket, then we are going to add 1 here. All right, okay, then we move to this one. 2 is unlocked, so I'm going to add 2 here. 3 is unlocked. Okay, so I'm going to add 3 here. 4 is unlocked, I'm going to add 4 here. 5 is unlocked, I'm going to add 5 here. Now 6 is unlocked. 6 is locked. 6 is locked. So if it is locked, then I'm going to check if it is open bracket. If it is open bracket, I'm going to add 6 here. But right now it is not open bracket, it is close bracket. So if it's close bracket, then I'm going to check my open brackets stack first. It is not empty now. So 1 and 6 index both are going to balance out each other. So I'm going to remove this 1 from here. Okay, so 1 and 6 are going to balance out each other. Okay, so 1 and 6, they are going to balance out each other. All right, then 7. Okay, add 7. It is unlocked. Okay, it is unlocked, so we are going to add 7 here. Okay, now in the end, if you see, my open bracket is empty, so simply return true here. Okay, simply return true here. Why? Because they are going to balance out each other, they are going to balance out each other, they are going to balance out each other. And we already know that, we already checked in the past, okay, that if length is odd or even, so length is even now, so definitely we are going to get even values here. Okay, why even values here? Why? Any reason? Tell me. Because see, to balance out a particular character, we need another character of opposite, right? So if two are balancing out each other, okay, always two are going to balance out each other. Okay, one character here, two are going to balance out each other. And if length is even, so definitely if my open bracket is empty, that simply means that here we have used, I either have 2, we can either have 4 here, we can either have 6 here, total 6 characters here balancing out each other, or we can have total 8 characters balancing out each other. Okay, these are the different cases. So definitely if this is not the case, if this is not the case, if this is not the case, right now this is the case, now only 2 are balancing out. So definitely what we are left with, we are left with even number here only. Okay, because we are using 2 here, the remaining 6 will be here only. That's the simple reason, right? So this is what we need to do. Okay, so code is very simple, the same story I have to write. Okay, and I think I have explained a lot of examples for this one. Okay, and we will validate, okay, all this. All right, so now let's write the code. Code is going to be same story whatever I have explained. Okay, so here first of all let's calculate the length of string. Int length is equal to s dot length. All right, and then just check if length is odd or not, odd or even. Okay, if length modulus with 2, okay, if it is equal to 1, then in that case simply return false. All right, okay, this is done. Then we have to create a stack to keep track of open brackets and unlocked positions. Okay, so we have to use two stacks. Okay, because open bracket, it is going to be fixed. Okay, open brackets are fixed if it is locked. Okay, and if it is unlocked, then we can use open or close. Okay, we have to try this. So that is why I'm going to create two stacks. Okay, so stack of integer, and here I'm going to write open brackets is equal to new stack. All right, and here stack of integer unlocked. All right, new stack. Okay, then we have to iterate through the string to handle open and close bracket, and this is going to have time complexity of n only, right? Single loop I'm going to use, right? Int I is equal to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. Okay, so first what we are checking, first we are checking if it is locked or unlocked, right? So here, if in my locked string character at index I, okay, if it is 0, that simply means that it is unlocked. Okay, so if it is unlocked, so in the unlocked stack I'm just going to push this particular index. Okay, this is the first thing that we were doing. In the else part, okay, if it is locked, if it is locked, then I'm going to check in the s dot character at index I. Okay, if it is open bracket first. So if it is open bracket, then in the open brackets dot stack, okay, in this I'm just going to push that particular index I. Okay, done. All right, so now if it is not open bracket, or if it is close bracket, then what we need to do? So if it is close bracket, okay, so else if here I'm going to write if s dot char at index I, okay, if it is equal to close bracket. Okay, so if it is close bracket, then in that case what we need to check, we need to check if it is going to match with the most recent open bracket. Okay, so if open brackets is not empty, okay, if it is not empty, so if it is not empty, then I'm just simply going to pop the topmost index from open brackets. Okay, so open brackets dot pop the topmost index, that's it. Okay, and else also here, else if, okay, if my open brackets is empty, then we have to check unlocked. Okay, if my unlocked is not empty, okay, unlocked is not empty. Okay, so if my unlocked is not empty, then from unlocked I have to pop. Okay, unlock dot pop. Okay, same story, this is done. Okay, and else part, okay, if this is still not the case, okay, my open bracket is also empty, unlocked is also empty, and we have one extra close bracket. Okay, we are not going to balance it out. So in that case, if no match found, simply return false from here, that's it. All right, so this is done. Okay, this is where my for loop ends. Okay, so now this is the story that I've explained, right? So now we have to match the remaining open brackets with unlocked characters. So here, while my open bracket is not empty, open brackets is not empty, and my unlocked is also not empty, and okay, we have to check open brackets dot peak. Okay, open brackets dot peak, okay, it should be less than unlocked dot peak. Okay, so if this is the case, okay, open bracket dot peak is less than unlock dot peak, in that case only we have to remove. Okay, we have to remove the topmost elements from open brackets, and we have to remove the topmost element from unlocked. Okay, that's it. And now after this, okay, if there are unmatched open brackets left, okay, if my open brackets is still not empty, okay, then we have to return false now, otherwise return true. Okay, so here I'm simply going to write return open brackets dot empty. Okay, so it's going to turn. So let's run it and see if the code issues. Open brackets dot empty. Okay, unlocked dot empty, and here also it should be empty. Okay, empty, and here it should be like this. Okay, now let's run it. So all the test cases has been accepted, right? So now here let me just write this. Okay, so it's like this: open, open, and close. Okay, okay, here open, open, and close we have, so like this. Okay, and here what we have 010 was there, right? So here I can simply remove this and this. Okay, so this was the case, right? 0 0 1 0 and open, open, close. Okay, let's run it. It should be false. See, false. Okay, so this was wrongly written here. Okay, ignore this. All right. Okay, so I hope that you guys are clear, right? Let's submit it. The time compressor is going to be open. Okay, simple, we are running simple loop. Okay, so see, our solution is accepted, right? So I hope that you guys are able to understand this problem, and if you guys still have any doubts, then please feel free to ask in comment section. Till then, keep coding and keep practicing. Meet you guys in the next video. Thank you, bye bye.